Start now.
Oh, prepare for trouble. Make it triple. It's another Rocket Report episode, and this week, Rocket Grunt and JW has picked the topic.
Other. What's the topic?
It
JW?
is the topic of the day is wild Pokédex entries from wherever you, like whichever games, because they vary game to game. So
Oh,
All right, well, I'm going to let JW start off since this is his topic.
okay, I've got two actually, and they're actually ironically from the same Pokemon line. On the Paldean Pokédex entries for Haunter and Gengar, which is Scarlet and Violet. It mentions here, which I mean, anybody that remembers Haunter from the anime and whatnot, Haunter licks every damn thing it sees. That's just kind of how it works. But apparently, if it licks you, it steals your life away.
oh,
Sexy.
And then Gengar is such a mischievous Pokemon that you'll be walking down the street in the dark, like at night, and it'll pretend to be your shadow just to jump out and attack you.
seems spooky.
Seems like
Yeah.
crazy. You just think you're walking, and then your shadow just starts beating you down.
Yeah, like it says here, I'm gonna read. I kind of improvised on it. It says sometimes on a dark night, your shadow thrown by a streetlight will suddenly start to overtake you. It's actually a Gengar running past you, pretending to be your shadow. So it'll either attack you or it'll just run by you.
That'd be scary.
I mean, I wouldn't expect that out of any Pokemon but Gengar, though. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but
No, it does make sense for it to be Gengar.
yep. So
All right, I
I'll
got
let you
something.
go for it.
Okay, so Wild Pokedex entries, Mimikyu. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon says a scholar who saw what's under its rags overwhelmed by terror and died from shock. So let me pull up.
Mimikyu is kind of a weird looking little fella, so I could kind of see that.
Let me go to my Pokedex on my phone because I
Yeah.
googled this. Mimikyu. Let's read his stuff. Okay, here's about Mimikyu lives itself completely covered by a cloth and is always hidden. People believe that anybody who sees its true form beneath the cloth will be stricken with a mysterious illness. People in the Alolan region are convinced that you must never try to peek under its covering.
So it's a plague bearer.
And that's from Scarlet and Violet, so Sword and Shield. It's pretty much the same thing for Sword and Shield. Ultra Sun and Moon, same thing. Nothing changes from it. And then Sun and Moon, pretty much the same thing. It says if you look under this thing, it's going to scare you and you're going to die. Actually, has me curious. I wonder what he actually looks like.
You don't want to know because then you'll die. You'll get some illness and die.
Interesting one. For Raichu, its electric charges can reach even 100,000 volts. Careless contact can cause even an Indian elephant to faint. That's a big shock, literally. So let me read up some Raichu stuff on my Pokedex. I could type. Raichu. This Pokemon exudes a weak electrical charge from all over its body that makes it take on a slight glow in the darkness. Raichu plants its tail in the ground to discharge electricity. That's Scarlet and Violet. Holy Christ on a cheese cracker, there's a lot to go off of.
A lot
Pretty
of
much
these there are.
Pretty much a lot of them are the same. But let's go back to red and blue and see what it says. Its long tail serves as a ground to protect itself from its own high voltages. Imagine being that strong that you had to have a ground to protect you from electrocuting yourself. When electricity builds up inside its body, it becomes feisty. It glows in the dark. That would be kind of nifty to have, especially if the power went out. Raichu. When its electricity builds up, its muscles are stimulated and it becomes more. Okay, I can't read that. I'm not going to try. I'm too dumb to read that. If its electric punch pouches run empty, it raises its tail to gather electricity from the atmosphere. I can't read. I'm dumb. This is from
Yay.
Crystal. Ruby and Sapphire. Here's my last one. If the electrical sacs become excessively charged, Raichu plants its tail into the ground and discharges a scorched patches onto the ground. Will be found near the Pokemon's nest. So there's Raichu. I'll hand this over to Cole while I do some more research.
Well, I know this one on top of my head. Driftbloom. They will carry children up to the sky if they grab them by the string.
Which Pokemon does that?
Driftbloom, the bloom Pokemon.
Yeah, that one Driftbloom looks just for Driftbloom, you know, that whole line. From what I remember, their entries were like really sinister for what they look like.
Yeah,
They're called what?
Driftbloom.
Drip?
Driftbloom.
Driftblim, the little balloon things, the ghost balloon things.
Drifloon or Driftblim?
Bloom.
Floon.
Bloom.
It's called Drifloon.
Driftbloom?
Driffloon.
I just thought it was Driftbloom.
Then there's Driftblim.
Pretty sure it's the little one, right?
Yeah.
The baby one. Another one, it's not really sinister that I have. It's kind of comical above anything else.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
Go on.
you know, Pseudo Widow disguises itself as a tree. You know,
Yeah.
you know, the way it does everything. But the only problem is if you find one during the winter, it can't really disguise itself. The reason being because whenever, even during the winter, its arms, like the little circle things on the tips of its arms, remain green year round. They never change colors. So during the winter, you'll obviously know when it's a Pseudo Widow.
So
Versus
what
like,
happens if you go and you accidentally chainsaw a Sudowoodo because you think it's a tree in your way?
well, you're a Pseudo Widow murderer, I guess.
So here's what you were talking about for Drifloon. These Pokemon are called the signpost for wandering spirits. Children holding them sometimes vanish. That's Scarlet and Violet. Legends of Arceus. Arceus is the same thing. And then it's pretty much the same thing all the way up to Sword and Shield. Yeah, it's basically kidnapping Pokemon. Okay, here's a different one. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Pokemon formed by the spirits of people and Pokemon. It loves damp and humid seasons, so there's that one's different. So it's not a kidnapper in this one. Black and white too. These Pokemon are called the signpost for warning spirits. Children holding them sometimes vanish, so it went back to that in black and white too, and pretty much the same for that. So here's some of the here's some creepy Pokédex entries. We already talked about Drifloon. Stories go by that it grabs the hands of small children and drags them off towards the afterlife. Benetta, an abandoned dog turned Pokemon. It clamps its mouth shut tightly to seal and hatred. Frostalus, when it finds humans or Pokemon, it freezes them and takes them to its chilly den where they become decoration. So let's just hope it doesn't dislike you, because then you become a decoration. Just imagine you're just walking and this Frostless looks at you like, I hate that. I hate them. I don't like them. I'm going to freeze them. And then I'm going to go set them right next to my lamp.
Dang.
Like a good lamp. Gengar, you mentioned Gengar. Should you feel yourself attacked by a sudden chill, it is evidence of an approaching Gengar. There is no escaping it. Give up.
We did give up.
It's just like give up. Don't try. It's gonna lick you.
It's gonna get you anyway.
I
Your
have
mask. The mask it holds is precious. The mask it holds is a precious memento of its past human life. Imagine being haunted by your past every moment.
one.
Lovely. Okay, I have a question for both of y'all.
Yeah.
If you think of a derpy Pokemon, what Pokemon do you think of?
Wombuffet.
That's one of them, but what's the other one?
Ditto.
Yeah, I could see that one too. For me, I think a Quagsire,
Yeah.
which I just pulled up. Quagsire was added into Scarlet and Violet through the Teal Mask DLC because they added more Pokemon in with that DLC. And it says here, Quagsires hunt for food by leaving its mouth wide open in water and waiting for its prey to blunder in unaware. It just stays put and holds its mouth open and hopes something goes in.
Does seem like a real life animal would do.
Yeah. It's comical because you sit there and you think of Quagsire and you just sit there and just imagine it being underwater with its mouth just wide open. It kind of fits the derpiness of the Pokemon, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, would be kind of scary. You think you're swimming, the next thing you know.
Oh,
But if you
imagine
think
if,
about it, I'm going. I had to pull this entry up.
I was gonna say, just imagine like if there was a underwater version of like Lickitung.
I have one. Hone Edge. You grab it by its hilt. He'll wrap his ribbon around your wrist and zap your life force.
Oh wow.
That's the sword type Pokemon.
Yeah.
So Snorlax is another interesting one. It eats anything. But you could tell that it doesn't turn down a mill. Will eat anything, even if food happens to be a little moldy. It never gets an upset stomach. Gosh, I wish I could have a non-upset stomach.
I know,
What
right?
sounds like a cry may be a totally be its snores or the rumblings of its hungry belly. The Pokemon stomach is so strong, even eating moldy or rotten food will not affect it. Dang, imagine being so hungry, you're like, wow, that donut's moldy. I'm gonna eat that.
Yeah.
Snorlax's
Heck yeah.
typical day consists of nothing more than eating and sleeping. It's such a docile Pokemon that there are children who use its expensive belly as a place to play. Imagine being, you know what? That sounds like he has a good life. And most of it's nothing but eating and sleeping.
Yeah.
It is, and here's what would be so bad about having a Snorlax, and it probably, in actuality, bankrupt most people. Nobody could actually afford to have a Snorlax.
You probably couldn't afford to feed it.
No, it is not satisfied unless it eats over 880 pounds of food every day. When it's done eating, it goes promptly to sleep. But yeah, of course, I'd go promptly to sleep after eating 880 pounds of food. Imagine the dumps this thing takes.
Wow.
I'm just saying, I would hate to have to be at the Snorlax farm and clean up after them after they take a dump.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to worry about them getting an upset stomach, so there's the pro to that. Diamond and Pearl, its stomach can digest any kind of food, even if it happens to be moldy or rotten. So that's that. Platinum, When its belly is full, it becomes too lethargic to even lift a finger, so it's safe to bounce on its belly. What sounds like a cry may actually be its snores or the rumbling of its hungry belly. Let's get up to the more up to date. Let's get to the recent games. Let's get to Snorlax is okay. It's basically staying at eats in Legends of Arceus, Scarlet and Violet. Snorlax's typical day consists of nothing more than eating, sleeping. It's such a docile Pokemon that there are children who use its expansive belly as a place to play. Even so, that's even brilliant diamond and shining pearls. So there's Snorlax. So before I hand this over, here's some extra creepy Pokedex entries that I looked up. They say that Litwick tricks people by looking like a harmless light, but it actually is absorbing their life force. Lampet then hangs around hospitals waiting for people to pass on. Wow, imagine that, Lampet. Okay, I want to hang around this hospital. I want to get that soul. I want to collect me some life force and energy. Okay, Mimo, I know you're about to be over there dying. Hurry up, woman. I want that life force.
Yeah.
It's like the damn Grim Reaper of Pokemon. It just waits.
According to its entries, Haunter's lick can cause convulsions and even death by licking you. It saps your life. That's just kind of very spooky. But then again, didn't Gengar and Haunter and Pokemon where before Ash got the Haunter temporarily and ended up staying with Sabrina get licked by Haunter? Or wasn't it Charmander that got licked by Haunter? I don't remember. One of it was, I think he got licked or Pikachu. Somebody got licked by Haunter.
I'm pretty sure multiple people got licked by Hunter.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I don't think it was necessarily one. I think it was multiple.
This sounds terrible, and it's not even if this is the Pokemon I'm thinking about, this isn't even a evil Pokemon. Beware.
Beware.
Beware looks cuddly until you read many trainers have left this world after their spines were squashed by its hug, a hug that kills brutally. Imagine you thinking, oh my gosh, it's a cute and cuddly bear, and it just snaps your spine.
Yep, that's how that works.
I guess that's why they called it Beware, because beware of that spine crusher.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. They just might as well change the Pokemon's name to Spine Crusher, that way you don't try to hug it. I'm going to pull up its Pokedex entry before I pass it on to one of y'all to read something out. But dang, that would be terrifying. You think you're about to get a cuddly hug and and there's your spine.
And it's gone. Yeah. I found one Dusk Noir from it. This is the Paldea Teal Mask Scarlet
Yeah,
and Violet entry for it. The antenna apparently on Dusk Noir's head
yeah.
captures radio waves from the world of spirits that command it to take people there.
Oh, wow.
So apparently Dusk
Get me.
Noir's a damn spirit world kidnapper.
So I got it to pull up because I had to wait through ads because I don't pay for that Pokemon Pokedex stuff.
Yeah,
So
neither do I.
beware. When Beware is acting in a friendly fashion, just swinging its arms around, you must never dare to approach it carelessly. It is acknowledged to be a very dangerous Pokemon. Even within the Alolan region, you may see warning signs posted near residence, where it resides residents. Okay, so pretty much everything's the same for that one. But even then, just imagine it's 6'11", 297 pounds. It's taller than the Undertaker.
That's a big old burr.
I mean, it don't weigh as much as the Undertaker did when he wrestled, because Undertaker was like 305 pounds to 299 pounds. But
Still, you wouldn't.
I just like to imagine Undertaker walking in Pokemon, and then Beware just snaps his spine.
Poor guy.
Imagine, because 6'11", that thing's bigger than us by leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, just imagine you're just walking and you're on your Pokemon journey. I'm just imagining this being us on our Pokemon journey. Because Cole, with his rib issues, if he had that in the Pokemon universe, Beware would be the first one to grab him just because he has messed up ribs and it would just snap him like a freaking twig. And I'll
Why
be
me?
honest with you, I'd be throwing my Charizard out and we'd be flying off. I'd be like, see ya. Too bad none of y'all have a flying Pokemon.
I have Tello.
Halo?
Tello.
That bird wouldn't be able to fly you anywhere. It's a tiny bird.
Well, you can a Pidgey can learn fly, so why not?
Well, we're talking about actual logic. That Pokemon's not going to be able to pick you up.
Yeah, it's well.
And you're already in. And you're already in the grasp of you're already being hugged by Beware.
No.
Okay, well let's have JW be the one to get hugged.
Okay.
Spine Crusher. You know what? I'd actually want to have a Beware on my team so I could just name it Spine Crusher. And then when I throw it out, people who don't know, and it's like, I choose you, Spine Crusher, and then that pops out all cuddly looking. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to explain to Officer Jenny why my Pokemon broke someone else's spine. Oh,
See, that'd be one of those things I'd literally want to play a Pokemon game and literally just name every Pokemon that you catch through the game based off of their entries. Like you said, Spine Crusher for Beware.
Well, we should all get the new Pokemon game and do that.
What, the ZA?
Yeah, I mean, me and Cole were playing Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, just doing whatever our phones auto-corrected it to. But I wouldn't want. What would you call the ones that kidnap kids?
Exactly.
That's a very good question. I don't know what you could exactly call that without them getting.
I mean, I mean, it's not like you'd get in trouble, but it'd be kind of weird calling it something. What it is, I mean, kid snatcher. It just sounds like
Or just shorten it to Snatcher.
snatcher. I mean, you don't want to call it kid snatcher because then the FBI is gonna be looking at that Pokemon like, And you don't want to call Drowsy Bill Cosby. All right, go. What you got? I'm doing some more searching.
I got I just had to look at this one up. Phantom.
Yeah.
These Pokemon are created when spirits possesses rotten tree stumps. Prefer to live in abandoned forests.
So here's one for Golbat. Type evolution: poison flying type evolves from Zubat at level 22, then Crobat when with high friendship. Scary Pokédex entries. In many entries, Golbat bites and sucks blood, sometimes over 10 ounces in one gulp. If it drinks too much, it gets too heavy to fly. It stalks its prey at night, sneaking in darkness, ambushing its victims.
It gets too heavy to fly. They just fall out on the ground. Well, that's it.
Yeah, but here's Legends of Arceus. Golbat bites down on its prey with its four fangs and drinks the victim's blood. If it becomes too active on inky darkness, moonless nights, flying around to attack people. Okay, so let's go to red and blue. Let's get to the beginning. Once it strikes, it will not stop draining energy from the victim, even if it gets too heavy to fly. So these things might just completely eat you.
Sounds about right.
Because I'm pretty sure if you lose more than 10 ounces of blood, you're dead.
Well, the thing is, it doing that if it get does like it says and it sucks enough to where it can't fly, then doesn't it practically kill itself in the process? Because I mean, it can't go nowhere. It just kind
Okay,
of
no,
unalives itself in the process.
okay, no, you won't die from losing 10 ounces of blood. I was thinking that sounds like you might die, but you probably need to go get a blood transfusion after that.
Probably.
When it plunges its fangs into its prey, it instantly draws gulps more than 10 ounces of blood. So it says more than 10 ounces of blood. Okay, let's go to the latest ones. Let's go to, you know what? It's not in Scarlet or Violet.
No, it's not. No, I
Legends of
think
Arceus.
Arceus was the most recent one it appeared in, I believe.
Let's go Pikachu and Eevee. Go back. Okay, so pretty much the same thing. So it drinks that much blood. I'm just imagining it drinking so much it can't fly. I mean, let's just hope it doesn't have, like, Pokemon that likes to eat them, so dang, it just has to stalk a Golbat on a moonless night, and it's like, get you, you fatty, fat, nice, plump, and ready to eat, because you just got you a big, hefty meal. I'm going to get me some food. Right, so I'm going to pass this on to one of you two. See if y'all got anything.
Go, JW. I'm trying to think of where to go next in this game. I don't remember.
I'm literally just scrolling through them myself. Apparently, Gothitelle, according to the Scarlet Violet Pokédex thing, they can predict the future based off the movement of the stars,
I can see the
and they
Really?
can see trainer. They can also see trainers' lifespans.
Not only if you could teach them to talk like Meowth in the anime. Okay, look and see how
Right.
many years I have. Mine would be like, you only have 5 days.
Dang.
Yeah, took the wham right out of my mouth.
But
But here's the sad one that I just thought of. Spoink, if it stops bouncing, it dies.
force point. Just keep bouncing. Just
It
keep
bounces
bouncing.
with total abandon. It bounces with total abandon, but if it stops bouncing, its heart stops. Like a pogo stick with. He's pretty much a pogo stick with life support.
Damn. The way you worded that. Good lord. It's a pogo stick on life support.
I mean, it's not even wrong.
No.
I mean, if you think about it, okay, here's the thing. How does it not die when you put it in the Pokeball? Because it's not like it can bounce in the Pokeball.
Maybe it can. Maybe it. I
I mean,
can
then
picture it
again,
now. You have it inside the Pokeball, and then all of a sudden you'd be able to see inside the Pokeball, and it's just bouncing off the walls and the ceiling and ding 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 ding.
Google this. This has to be some answer to that. How does Spoink not die in a Pokeball? How can it bounce? But then again, it never really explained the Pokeballs and how they really are. So and they had to have some like they had to be like some type of pocket dimension. But then again, Pikachu didn't like being in the Pokeball for a reason. So I don't know. I'm gonna look this up. Y'all keep reading some stuff while I try to search this answer.
Apparently, Raticate, its fangs grow so steadily that to be able to keep them, I guess, at a decent length, so they're not too long, it has to gnaw on rocks and logs, and it even chews on
Oh,
walls of houses.
oh yeah, the Raticate. Imagine
Yep,
you having a rat problem. And you just got new tires. You just got your fancy new car, and you walk out and
Raticate's gnawing on it.
gnawing on it. Your new tires gone, half your rims eaten off.
Well,
Doors.
based off of the Pokedex entry, though, you'd have more luck of watching it all on your own house versus your car.
Yeah, I mean, just think, you just put a down payment on this new house. Your family's about to move in. Like, I finished my Pokemon journey. I'm a Pokemon master, and that fuzzy jerk's over there chewing on your new wall.
Yeah.
I got the answer on the Pokeball logic. Pokeball logic. Pokeballs don't just physically hold Pokemon. Canon and lore suggest they convert Pokemon into energy data inside the ball. The data form isn't constrained by normal physical needs, breathing, eating, bouncing. That's why water Pokemon don't drown, fire Pokemon don't suffocate, and Spoink can stay alive without bouncing. Fan theories. Fan theory, the Pokeball simulates enough movement for Spoink's heart to keep beating. Running gag, some fans joke if you keep Spoink out of the Pokeball for too long, it faints in battle. It might be mechanically. Oh my god! I didn't think of that. What happens if it faints in battle?
It'll just fall over and die. All I can say is you better damn put it back in the Pokeball beforehand.
Do you just run over there and just start bouncing it up and down for it? Just like kind of like a weird toy where you just hold your Spoink and just bounce it all the way to the Pokemon Center in your palm of your hand, which would kind of look very inappropriate. And I'm not talking it's an inappropriate channel, but you just stand there palming Spoink's tail to keep it bouncing so it doesn't die. And I'm over here simulating what that would look like. Thank God I don't have a webcam because that would just look weird.
You quickly return to the Pokeball.
Yeah, but if it just stops, it dies instantly.
You just have to damn put it back in the Pokeball before it actually stops moving.
Oh, now my Spoink!
You gotta be very quick.
Does that mean I get a ghost type Spoink?
No.
Okay, so now we got Spoink out of the way. Yeah, I'll go on because here's a Geodude one. In some weird fan list, it's joked about when you get a little more than you bargained for in a snowball fight. The idea being you throw a snowball, a rock slams into your face. Imagine you not noticing that you picked, but then again, it'd be kind of hard not to notice that you picked up a Geodude. But just imagine you just get this big snowball and have it yeeted at your face, and there's a Geodude, and out comes its fist. So you get hit by the fist and the snowball.
Dang.
But that's, I'm going to pass this on to one of you. I'll let y'all think some stuff up while I think of some others. Because this is definitely going to be a two-part topic. We'll do another one at some point.
Apparently, from the Scarlet and Violet Pokedex, Vileplume. Vileplume has the world's largest petals. They are used to attract prey and then doused in toxic spores. Once the prey is immobilized, the Pokemon catches and devours them.
Dang. Vileplume looks like it's all cute and everything, and then I'm going to eat you. You look tasty.
See, I can just sit there picturing. You remember in the anime where Victory Bell kept trying to eat damn James?
Yes, I remember that.
I can just sit there and imagine Vileplume doing that.
Well, even Carnivine tried to eat James. I don't understand what it was with James and plant Pokemon just wanting to eat him.
Is the lavender smelling here?
The sad one is Cubone. The Cubone is the origin story where it cries for its dead mother every night wearing its skull. That's a sad one.
Didn't they also say that that was something? There's a fan. I don't know if it was like a fan thing or what going around talking about Cubone being like a baby Kangaskhan or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of them. There's another fan theory that I saw. I mean, it was a fan. Hold on, let me fix this real quick. But there's another one that I saw, this fan art that was suggesting that, and it's not even canonically proven, so, but it's just an interesting one that it was, that Cubone's just a baby it's a Charmander, and the skull's a Charizard skull, which doesn't make sense because that's too big. But it puts the skull on, and after the flame goes out, it becomes the Cubone. But mechanically speaking, if the flame goes out, it dies. So
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I thought if Charmander's flame goes out, it dies. So
yeah,
that wouldn't.
unless it didn't just go out by being put out, it just was grief that made the flame go out, and that's a different scenario, and it doesn't die from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your honest. Yeah.
But
Apparently, Abra has to sleep 18 hours a day.
I vibe with that, Abra.
It says if it doesn't, the Pokemon loses its ability to use telekinetic powers.
I vibe with that. Maybe that's why I'm not psychic anymore.
And then apparently it can escape from like with teleporting, even if it's asleep. I want to know how it'd be able to do that. It's under attack while it's asleep, and it just teleports away.
I don't know. I mean, they seem to be really good at teleporting in the Pokemon games.
Oh God,
We
yes they
can
are.
get in
I
here.
think
We're at
Abra's
36
probably the
minutes.
most annoying Pokemon to ever catch. For that in particular reason alone.
I bet. Speaking of Pokemon games, I mean, in our Pokemon games, remember we had Black and White too. That app we had that allowed us to send Pokemon. We had the most confusing Pokemon team. I had the most confusing Charizard. I mean, my Charizard technically should have died, considering it knew how to swim and knew dive. And then
It's a
Pikachu with all
diver.
fire attacks. I mean, it was kind of funny. I mean, you probably can't do that now with the new stuff.
No, now you couldn't do anything close to that unless you're like doing
I'm
playing it on a PC or something like that, to where you can like mod it a little bit.
I'm pretty sure with like the new stuff with Nintendo doing anything like that would be terms for them to brick your Switch to.
Yeah.
We're at
Had the whole
37 minutes, by the way.
we're at 37 minutes. Okay, I guess we'll wrap this one up. We're a little over, but
Yeah, because I don't know what to do at the moment. I'm just running around.
run around over there. Be confused. Join Team Rocket, Team Magma, Team Jigglypuff.
No.
No, none of that team.
Team Jigglypuff would be the best team.
Nope. It's not that
Anyway,
way,
so I would say our next Pokemon topic will be. We'll jump back to the previous one. We'll talk about what would you do on your journey. We're going to continue our journey topic. Where would you go? What would you do? Would you be one of the ones that did gym battles? Would you just be in it for catching Pokemon? Would you do contest? Because at the point where, I mean, when they first come out, you didn't have that, but we're going into logic where you have Pokemon contests. What would you do? Would you be a researcher? Would you just what type of career path would you take as a Pokemon trainer? That will be continuation from the last video. How would you live your how would you just do your journey? How would you do everything? That pretty much sounds like a good topic to me.
I'd have the hardest job possible in the Pokemon world. To be a bug catcher.
Dang.
Bug catcher.
Because you know the bug catchers in like the games and whatnot are always bad. So
Bug catcher JW.
yep. I got this, don't worry.
Would you be like, it's like another thing, would you just be a simple daycare runner?
I'd be the best bug catcher in the world. I'd make sure I have Genesect and damn Buzzwole.
I thought you were about to say something like you'd use Raid to catch them. Or Bug Bomb.
Bug bombs.
I'm over here, you trying to poison, thinking Jettiby's going to be poisoning them, and you're thinking, I'll just be really good at catching them. Use this raid. It's good for caterpies.
Right away.
And anyways, before I get carried away and we get into another long topic, this has been the Rocket Report. Thank you for being a supporter of this channel. So, if you're not a subscriber and you're just a lurker, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you already are a subscriber, hit that notification bell. We do weekly podcasts. This podcast comes out every Thursday. And I try to stay on top of it. I mean, there's been a few times where the daily pack openings have not come, but it's been due to internet issues and just being busy with work. Since YouTube isn't even a job right now, it's a hobby. And it's a fun hobby. We're not getting into this to make money, because who knows if that ever happened, but if it does, then we could put more time into it. But even if not, it's still just a side hobby, and it's fun to do, and it lets us talk about how we like Pokemon. So if you're already a subscriber, like I said, hit that notification bell. If you are watching this video, drop a comment, leave a like, and tell us what you think. Tell us what you would like to see. And let us know how we think we're doing. We're trying our best. We're trying to make this an entertaining channel for all ages. That's why we're trying not to cuss much. That's why we're minimizing it, and the worst we said is damn. So we're trying to make this just a friendly channel for everyone.
Dang.
And just to show our appreciation of Pokemon, something that we grew up watching, and also explain that I've definitely been out of a lot, considering some of the Pokemon that were mentioned. I was like, I don't know you. Who are you?
That's why you need to play Scarlet and Violet.
What was the new Primeape, Annihilate? I actually, in the Pokemon pack opening today, which actually by the time this video comes out, it won't be today, as in the Thursday we're recording this video, because the new podcast episode's already out. But when this drops on the 18th, on the 11th of September, I pulled the Annihilate Pokemon in one of the pack openings. But anyways, that's all I really have to say. Just consider giving us a chance. You'll like how we do it. I mean, I think we've gotten slightly better with wording stuff and not going,
Not
So,
me.
please, you're trying. You're improving slowly, but please consider giving us a shot. You will probably actually enjoy it, because we're a bunch of goofy Rocket Grunts, and we try our best. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this over to Rocket Grunt JW so he can pass it on to Cole, and I can stop rambling, because I will ramble for another 30 minutes about nonsense.
Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed us talking about random Pokedex entries. Like Nick said, this could be a topic I could see us doing 2, 3, even probably more episodes in regards to it. Especially when Legends ZA comes out, because there's gonna be I'm sure there's probably gonna be a few different Pokedex entries just off of that we could probably go off of as well. So and not a call.
Well, I got nothing to say other than see y'all in the next one.
And we're blasting off again.
Woo!
Eh.
Wah.